Hi, good morning this morning. This is Marlon KB and this is video 11 of this course Forex Starter Kit, and we are still discussing on technical analysis. In the previous videos, which is video 10 A and B, I have discussed about uptrend and downtrend. I also showed you the higher high and higher low that the market do create when moving in an uptrend or in a downtrend. So we also have a ranging market. I told you we have three types of movement in the market. Either the market is going up, or the market is going down, or the market is ranging in one place. So now let me show you example of um, a ranging market. When we say ranging market, that means the market is not going in an upward direction or in a downward direction. The market is consolidating in a single direction, just like from this zone to this place. Market has been ranging without breaking up or breaking down. The market has been consolidating. It has been consolidating for a while before we had a breakout. The market breaks this zone and keep moving upward. So this zone is called, or what the market is doing here is ranging. You can say the market is consolidating here, or the market is ranging. So that is just a simple explanation of ranging market. You can see another ranging here. The market is ranging while this one is an uptrend, while the market also is ranging here and all these places. So if the market is not going in an upward direction or in a downward direction, then the market is ranging. Now, the next thing we want to talk about here is the fair value gap and imbalance. Okay, so now I want to show you what fair value gap is. Okay, now when we see fair value gap, is a big gap that market leaves, which later on the market come back and fill that gap. Market doesn't leave a very big gap when moving either in an upward direction or a downward direction. It always come back and fill those gaps. So let me show you some example. Okay, now when we say fair value gap or imbalance, when there are three candles and those three, the middle candle leave a gap in between the first and the second candle. So let's take this one as an example. Now this candle is the first candle, then the second one and the third one. Okay, so now the the first one leave this week, then the second one has a very big gap here. Let me just draw the gap, it will be better for you to understand. Where is the rectangle? I want to draw the gap so that you can see it. Okay, so this is the gap. Exactly. So between this candle and this third candle, there is a gap in between this candle. So market has to come back and fill this space before moving either upward or downward. And you can see the market from came downward to this point. That means it has closed this gap. So we call this gap a fair value gap. You can see a lot of them in the market. This is another one. Look at this first candle, look at the second one, it has left a lot of gap, and this is the third one. So we have a lot of them in the market, and market always come back and fill those gaps. You can see another one here. I think we have just a recent one that the market has created. Okay, look at this, a very big one. This is the first candle and this is the second one. This candle wanted to come back and fill the gap, but then it hasn't filled the gap. It left this zone with a fair value gap. It's left this zone with a very big fair value gap. So this is an fair value gap or imbalance. You can call it fair value gap or imbalance. Now, there is high chance that the market, either now or in the nearest future, is going to come back and fill this gap completely before either moving upward or coming downward. So this is a fair value gap. So I think this is clear about fair value gap or imbalance. Some people call it imbalance, some people call it fair value gap, while some describe it as if the market is moving upward and you see that candle, that gap, they call it fair value gap. While if the market is going down, that is a downtrend, and you see that, they call it imbalance. So whatsoever the case, it refers to that space in between three candles. So I think the next thing is break of structure and change of character. And I think in the previous video I discussed about break of structure. If market comes back and fill a very big space, sorry, if market break a structure, now let's take this as an example. Now let me take my path tool. Now the market, let's assume, started here. Let me just ignore the other higher highs and higher lows. Then the market come back here. So what we want to see from this market is the market to move this in this direction, to create another to break this structure, that is this zone, to break this zone. Then come back and retest this zone, then keep moving up, right? But then the market did not break that zone, then it break this structure. Instead of moving on, instead of tapping this zone, and going up, but the market decided to break this area and come back here. So what we have here is called change of character. That means the market has changed from a downtrend, from an uptrend, creating this higher high and higher low. This is what we are expecting. The market should move upward. So instead of market to create this higher low and move up, but the market decided to go down. That is, we have a change of character. The market is now downtrend instead of uptrend, because this what I draw here is an uptrend direction, but the market breaks this zone and changed the movement to a downtrend, but then it went and retest or touch or sweep some liquidity and move on uh, with a ranging market before moving in an upward direction. You see, it ranges here, then the market breaks the zone. Now, then we can say also the market here is moving in a downtrend, but then when the market breaks this zone here, now we have a change of character. The market is now, when market change from a downtrend to an uptrend, that's just change of character. Let me make it this simple. If market change its movement from uptrend to downtrend, it is called change of character. If market change its movement from uptrend to downtrend or downtrend to uptrend, it is called change of character. That's just as easy as that. I hope this is clear. I think I will post this video here and we meet in the next video.